Welcome. Happy Tuesday. It is finally warm and sunny all on the same day in the Atlanta area. So I am hoping that you have had an opportunity to go outside and enjoy this beautiful weather. And if you haven't, I hope you'll get a few minutes to do that before the sun goes down because goodness, it is gorgeous out. Welcome to Home Sellers Bootcamp Day 1. I'm glad you're here. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started. Only take about 10 minutes, so I hope you can stay till the very end. So if you're new here, my name is Jen. I'm with Backyard Realty Group in the Closers Real Estate team. I'm the associate broker for Backyard Realty Group, and I've been in real estate since 2008. When I'm not working with my clients or helping our agents with their transactions, you'll usually find me hanging out with whom I would consider to be one of the cutest 3-year-olds, but I'm biased. Her name's Olivia. And my husband, Jason. And when I'm not hanging out with them, you'll usually find me doing something related to home. I'm all about everything's home. I love home decor, home staging, home design, home renovation, party planning. Although COVID's made that a little bit difficult, I've learned to do quite a few different kind of events via Zoom, so that's a lot of fun. I also love cooking, baking, and all of that DIY kind of stuff. So you'll typically find me with a cup of coffee in my hand, depending on the time of day, maybe a glass of wine, potentially both, just depends on the day. So shout out to my friends who are on. I want to say hey, and also I want to shout and yell, hello home sellers, we are looking for you. So that is the purpose. So if you are planning on selling your home or are thinking about selling your home, you are who I definitely want to speak to today, and you are in the right place. So we are kicking off our Home Seller Bootcamp mini series, and that's starting today. So every day for the rest of the week of this week, we will be here live on Instagram. I will be here live at 4 o'clock, diving into all of the steps that you need to take to get your house market ready. So join our fellow boot campers to make the most of your money on your home sale. And if you would like to be notified when I go live for the rest of this week, go ahead and turn your notifications on to be notified so you'll know when we pop on for day 2. So first up, let's talk game plan. This is going to be probably the most important part of the process. We need to put together a custom plan that is going to fit what you're looking for. So what you're looking for is not the same as what your neighbors are looking for, what your friend or your family are looking for. Your house is not the same. Your goals are not the same. So we're going to put together a custom plan. And what we're going to do is talk about the time frame of how that plan is going to need to go, because that's where we would like to start. So typically 30 to 60 days out, you're going to want to schedule a home selling consultation with a real estate agent. And if you're here in the Atlanta area, I would love to help you. This is going to be the foundation of our entire plan. So meeting with a professional is going to help you come up with that custom game plan that's going to fit for your home goals, your home needs. It's not going to be the same as your neighbors or your friends. So what does that consultation look like? Well, with me, it might look a little bit different than what you might think. I'm not going to be one that shows up with a PowerPoint or stuffing you full of data. I just want to have a conversation. I want to get to know you. Typically, this is going to be done over Zoom, and I want to learn your story. So why did you fall in love with this house? What things do you love about it? What are you going to miss about this home? Maybe some things that maybe your house doesn't have that you're looking for, which would help me get an idea of what our next step would be. What you want to remember is that you were the ideal client for your home, which is why you bought it. So I want that insider information that you can share with me that will help me put together marketing to attract the next ideal buyer for your home. And lastly, I want to go over what kind of paperwork you're going to need for this process. So we'll talk about what things you'll need to pull out about repairs that you've done, what kind of warranty paperwork you might need to go ahead and pull out. We're also going to go through your house and talk about the plan for you. So maybe that might be we have to do some repairs, and we can talk about that and put together that plan. Or maybe it's repainting some rooms, doing some touch-ups, doing some maintenance. So we're going to look at all of those things and come up with a custom game plan together where you'll get to know me and I'll get to know you, and we can start to learn all about that process and how we can work together. Then we're going to move to about 15 to 30 days out. That's when you're going to be doing the work for that custom action plan that we put together. So that's going to include projects that we talked about. Maybe it's painting over a dark colored accent wall. Maybe it is, maybe one of your child's room has a very specific theme and we're removing some of that information, making it more of a blank slate, things of that nature. It's also going to include deep cleaning and pre-packing. So a lot of times people, they're hesitant about the pre-packing, and I'll tell you, it really does make a big difference. So think about what items in your home that you're not going to need for the next 90 days. If it's springtime and it's winter stuff, go ahead and box it up. If you have maybe a lot of decor items on some shelving and we want to make it minimalistic, go ahead and box it up. Larger furniture pieces that maybe crowd the room a little bit, we'll box it up. So a lot of times that seems overwhelming, but in the end, it's actually one of the best things you can do because one, it helps just make the space feel bigger. But on top of that, you're going to be a step ahead when the property goes under contract. So yesterday, if you hopped on, I did just a very quick introduction to this series and I was talking about some of the market stats. If you didn't see that, it is in my IGTV section on my Instagram, so you can go check that out. But properties are moving so fast. So you will be very happy if you started pre-packing because when that goes under contract, you're already a step ahead. That time is also going to include potentially shopping for some staging items. So when you hear the word staging, don't freak out. I'm not talking HGTV, let's bring in a stager with all of their furniture. There are specific times where that makes sense and specific times where it doesn't. But we're going to talk about very simple things that you can do to just make the house look like it was professionally staged without spending that money. That could be as simple as just maybe running to Target or Walmart and picking up some packs of just plain white towels and going ahead and switching out our towels in the rooms, giving them a bright white color or maybe some bathroom rugs. So we'll put together just a very easy plan that you can execute and follow and go through, and that's the time where you'll be working on all of those things. So then we get down to 10 to 15 days out. This is when we're getting show ready. So we've pre-packed, we have deep cleaned, and we've followed our action plan of doing any kind of repairs or maintenance that we put together. So now it's time to get the photographer over there. So we will give you a list of everything that we need to do to get it photograph ready. That's all part of your plan. We keep it very easy, very simple for you. And we're gonna send the photographer over to take photos. So a lot of times people are thinking, I've got to make it perfect for that very first showing. But what you want to understand is that's not the first showing. The first real showing is when they see the photos online. That's when they're making that first judgment. When they come in person is now when they are going to find out if your house lives up to the expectation that they had in their head. So how we prep it for photos versus how we prep it for showings might look a little bit different, but we will go ahead and we'll talk about all of that as well. And I'll give you a very easy checklist to make sure that it's not overwhelming. So that's going to be your final stretch before the for sale sign goes up. So while the photographer is processing our photos and getting them over to us, we'll be talking about potentially open houses, when it's going to go on the market, and we're starting all of that marketing. So that way on the day it's supposed to go live, everything is ready and showings will start. So that is just a very quick overview, less than 10 minutes on our time frame on getting our house prepped. Now, let's say you're thinking about maybe selling in September. It doesn't hurt to start this process early. I say you need 30 days, about 60 is best, but anything longer than that just makes it less stressful for you. So you can plan things in advance around family schedules or things of that nature. So maybe that's not for a year from now. Again, don't hesitate to reach out. It's never too soon to start that planning. You can always use extra time. So I want to say thanks for tuning in to our very first episode of the Home Sellers Bootcamp. I'm hoping to see you again tomorrow at 4 o'clock, where we're going to be talking about all of my staging must-dos and sharing all those tips that I have stored up here. So I hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.